Good morning. My name is Christy Brooks, and I'm here this morning with my husband, Robert, and two of our daughters, Ashlyn and Addison. Ashlyn is a second grade student at St. Gabriel's, and Addie is a kindergartner. First, on behalf of our school, we would like to thank all parish members for their support in developing the future leaders of this church and our community. Since this week begins Catholic Schools Week across the nation, we're here today to share with you why we choose Catholic education for our children. When we baptize them, we lit this candle, and it represents Christ's light in their lives. Our priest said, "You have asked to have your child baptized. In doing so, you are accepting the responsibility of training her in the practice of the faith. It will be your duty to bring her up to keep God's commandments as Christ taught us, by loving God and our neighbor. Do you clearly understand the commitment you are undertaking?" Of course, we replied, "We do." We made a promise to raise our children in this light, in our faith, and then we quickly learned how hard it is to keep this promise. Earlier, I said we're here with two of our daughters. Our third daughter, Hannah, is a junior in college. Hannah attended a local public school from 4K through 12th grade. She had a wonderful education and a positive experience. We had great teachers and tons of opportunities. She really excelled. We felt very fortunate to have great educational options for her. After having all of that, though, it didn't help us keep our promise to raise Hannah in the faith. We worked at it. I mean, really worked at it. And at those natural transition points in school, like from elementary to middle or middle to high, we always talked with her about possibly transferring to a Catholic school. You see, we recognized our struggle to keep God at the center of everything. And it got harder and harder to fit God into our lives outside of Sunday church, faith formation classes, and night prayers. This struggle grew as Hannah got older. You see, we're both two working parents with busy schedules. Between family time, friends, commitments, sports, and more sports, it was hard to do everything well. I feel like we're pretty average, but we constantly had to evaluate where Christ fits in, where faith does. And if your family is like our family, you cannot do it alone. It takes a village. The teachers at St. Gabriel's, the families here, and the other children are our village. They are our family. This isn't just a hashtag or a saying. This school is a family. We look out for each other, help each other, support each other. We do not let anyone fall through the cracks. This is what we were missing from Hannah's childhood. We were missing having the constant opportunities in a nurturing environment to routinely learn about faith, practice faith, and most importantly, develop a relationship with God. After Hannah graduated from high school, I asked her, if there was one thing you would have done differently, what would it have been? The first thing she said was, "I wish I would have transferred to that Catholic high school when you offered it. I wish I would have put more time into learning about my faith and grow in it." I couldn't believe what I was hearing from an 18-year-old's mouth. It just blew me away. And then it made me a bit sad that I hadn't done more. I hadn't evaluated the options. I didn't continue the conversation. When we asked the question in an absence of a meaningful context and got no for an answer and moved on from it, it just wasn't enough. I wish I would have taken time to call a school for more information, schedule a tour, check out what people were saying, meet some of the families, something. More effort may have resulted in a different decision. For us, a Catholic education is an investment in our children's future and their lifelong spiritual well-being. Because we know someday our children will come across someone in need, and we want them to show compassion. When they find success, We want them to be humble, grateful, and generous. When they discover their gifts and talents, we want them to share them with others. And when their world gets turned upside down and they experience fear, anxiety, pain, or loss, we want them to have a village to lean on. And we want them to rely on their relationship with God first, to follow His light out of their darkness. This is why we choose a Catholic education for our children, and it's why we choose St. Gabriel's. So I encourage you, if you're a parent or you know a parent, encourage people to reach out to the school. Ask questions, do your research, take a tour, bring the kids along. They should be part of that process. Talk to us, talk to any of the families. Come, see, and feel the difference for yourselves. Thank you.